In this video, we will see why AI stocks will skyrocket in 2025, but not every AI stock. You have to select them well. I believe you have a few companies here that will have an amazing 2025. And if you pick the right ones, you will have an amazing year. You will outperform the S&P 500. In this video, I will show you the global picture, the macro picture, and later in this video, I will give you specific names if you want to benefit from this AI boom. In case you are new to this YouTube channel, welcome. My name is Christophe Nour. I've been investing in the stock market for almost a decade now, and I have achieved a performance of 25% per year. And recently, I have discovered the AI boom, AI names, AI development, and I'm quite bullish for this sector. Not for all the companies, but for specific niche. So first, let me get into the big picture of AI. A few days ago, Microsoft announced that they are going to double their capex when it comes to data centers. They see a lot of demand for AI and they plan to invest massively for data centers, massively in data centers. In 2024, they had a capex when it comes to data centers, a capex of around $40 billion. And now, beginning of 2025, they announced a data center project of $80 billion. They double their investment in data centers. It's very likely that the Magnificent Seven, the Amazon, Meta, Google, Microsoft, will invest massively in data centers, massively in AI. They don't want to miss the train. They don't want to be the laggards. In case they will burn some cash, that's great. If AI turns out to be just a temporary stuff, that's safe. But if AI turns out to be way bigger than we imagine, they don't want to be being behind. So they want to invest massively. So you will have, in the US, you will have a big tailwind when it comes to investment. Also, you have the CEO of OpenAI, Sam Altman, saying that the demand for their products is very strong. So strong that they are not profitable. Like, they have to price up their products and they don't make a lot of money. And I see a lot of AI names investing heavily in new technology, in AI agents with a lot of efficiency, etc., etc. But some of them are not profitable. So I agree that AI will bring a lot more revenue to the global world, the global tech industry. But in terms of profitability, you have to pick good ones. You have to pick winners. You have to pick leaders in their category. So don't blindly invest in AI, right? Invest in highly profitable businesses with a proven business model, with a good management, a good vision, and a moat. Now, you understand why I'm telling you what I told you at the beginning of the video. Not every AI stock will skyrocket. Only the leaders. Only if you invest well. So you have a lot of demand for the market, yes. It's very likely that this demand for AI will continue in the future. It will get more efficient. AI agent, you will have software, you will have specific AI software to improve efficiency. Some companies will cut workforce to improve margins and will use AI to replace some jobs. Some other jobs will be created. That's life of capitalism. So now that we know, we have the big picture. But how do we invest? How do you invest for AI? If you want to invest in AI and you think you have great demand, you can invest in the Magnificent Seven, like Microsoft, Google, Alphabet, or Meta, because there will be AI leaders. Amazon, for example, they will implement AI in all their systems, so they will be more efficient, so more margins, so more profitability, and they will reinvest a lot of their profits into more AI, and more AI, you have a big flywheel effect. So that's a first choice. If you want to invest in AI, where do you invest? You invest in the Magnificent Seven, Microsoft, Meta, Google, Amazon, for example. But you can also invest in NVIDIA, like semiconductor companies. NVIDIA, AMD, Intel, TSMC, you have a lot of stuff. Or you can invest in semiconductor equipment companies, KLA Corp, ASML, Lam Research, or you can invest in Applied Materials. You have a lot of names. Or you can also invest in small equipment companies that will maybe build the infrastructure of AI. You have, for example, Brookfield, like ticker symbol is BN. They will focus on building the infrastructure to finance the big data center projects in the US, in Canada. You have a lot of opportunities. You can invest in components on AI, cheap components, but also the picks and shovels, like ASML, for example. This is a very different business model. There are many different business models for the same industry, and that is great. This is why I do this job. If you're a curious person, you will love it. So let me write some stuff for you. Okay, you have, where am I? I'm here. Okay, let me look here on the top. Perfect. You have AI that for sure, 90% sure, will grow, right? We've seen some interviews from the CEO of Alphabet, from Jeff Bezos, from Mark Benioff. I mean, all the big tech CEOs, the CEOs of the Silicon Valley, of Wall Street, of the big companies are telling us the same thing. If you think the demand for AI is high, it's even higher than expected. And the efficiency will be here for a lot of companies. So the first possibility for you is to invest in the MAG 7. Oh, I'm writing with the pad. MAG 7. You will have more margins. Let me put M and percentage. By the way, if you're looking for a complete framework to analyze stocks and build a strong portfolio, I have a coaching program. More on that at the end of the video. For if you invest in Magnificent 7 stocks, businesses, you think that AI will be implemented, they will cause a lot of efficiency, and that will improve their margins, and they will increase their revenue. I mean, for Microsoft, it's very easy to implement the AI agent into their Microsoft suite, so you can price up they can price up their Microsoft suite, and that's fine. Or if you don't want to invest in the Magnificent 7, I told you can invest in chips companies. So let me put C for chips companies like semiconductors, the big ones, NVIDIA, AMD, TSMC, Samsung, Intel. You have a lot of names. But you can also invest in chips component. Let me put CC. So these are all the companies. As I told you, ASML. ASML, I mean, in the lithography EUV industry, they have a market share of 100%. A lot of my viewers, I watch the stats. A lot of my viewers watch other YouTube channels about investing. So maybe you are familiar with ASML. In case you are not familiar with ASML, please do research on this company. It's a great company. Market share of 100%. They have 3 big customers: Samsung, Intel, TSMC, and big companies are forced to go through ASML, and they don't have competition because they build these big machine the size of a school bus with 50,000 components. They've been working on their big machines for 40 years now, and nobody can disrupt them. They have a barrier to entry that is so high, nobody can touch them. And as we move forward with more developments, with more chips, companies are forced to go through ASML. Monopoly. Beautiful market share on this one. Beautiful margins. You can increase the margins, pricing power, whatever. People are forced to do that. So now the PE ratio for ASML is a little bit high. PE ratio of 35 or 40. So maybe on a risk-reward perspective, it's not very attractive because the business is excellent, but the price is high. Okay, very well. You have other chips component like Lam Research with a PE of 25. You have other, I'm telling you names, you can write them down, you can do search on the internet. You have Applied Materials, ticker symbol AMAT, PE ratio of 20-25. You have KLA Corp, ticker symbol is KLAC, PE ratio of 25-30. That's cheaper than ASML, and they are essential to the AI world, to the semiconductor industry. So you have some names, and that's good. If you want to invest in AI, you are not forced to go into NVIDIA or Amazon. You can invest in components, and you have countless examples of these industries that are all operating together. They have a few customers, nice margins, nice return on invested capital, a lot of free cash flow, strong free cash flow generation, dividends, buybacks. If you look at KLA Corp, they've been generating so much free cash flow, and 90% of the free cash flow is going into buybacks and dividends. So there is no stupid M&A. There is a logical, rational capital allocation process, which is great. If you had invested in these businesses like Lam Research, KLA Corp, you would have made, I've just backtested the result this morning, you would have made like 22% per year for the past 10 years. The earnings per share grow, the free cash flow per share is growing, and the stock goes up 20% per year for 10 years. We are talking about a niche market and essential to this chain of semiconductor industry. And if you think that the AI trend will continue in 2025 and future years, they will have more revenue, they will have more margins, and as this AI trend continues, the barriers to entry will be higher and higher and higher. This accumulates over time. You get some advantage, trademarks, competitive pressures. You are in a consolidated market. So all these chips components will, in my opinion, that's my opinion, I can be wrong on this one, that's my opinion, all these chip components will get stronger and stronger and stronger. And if you think they have a moat now, which I think they do, their moat will become wider and wider and wider. And as the barrier to entry is becoming higher and higher, small competition can't enter the market. So the moat is preventing all competition from coming. That's unbelievable. So don't only focus on AMD that is dropping, or Intel that is suffering, or Nvidia that is the leader clearly. You can focus on other stuff, other chips components. As I told you, you have some infrastructure play. Let me put a big I letter for infrastructure. I'm thinking of Brookfield, ticker symbol is BN, because they are a great company. I am invested in Brookfield, and I've been following the company for some years now. That's some great stuff that they do. And if AI turns out to be a great infrastructure project, they will be here. They will make a killing, a lot of money on this one. So that's a beautiful hedge. As a risk-reward perspective, I think BN is one of the best opportunities in the market. Even at current prices right now, I think the company is fairly valued right now. I bought it in 2023, and I can check the stock price of BN stock. I bought the stock in 2023 at $33, okay, and now it's up a lot, and I think it reached fair value. But if you invest for years, if you really are a long-term investor, you can still invest now and make a lot of money on this stock, because Brookfield has been compounding at 15-20% per year for decades. Great management, great industry, great tailwinds, and they assured investors that they are going to produce 15% growth in free cash flow for the next 5 years. So the growth is here, the guidance is here, it's solid, and the stock is fairly valued. Sometimes investing in is easy. Not easy, but simple. You have a guidance. Or in the past, all their guidance were right. You have a great management, a great vision, and they invest for you, basically. You invest in big projects, like $100 billion project. Infrastructure. The last investment I see when it comes to AI, if you want to invest in AI for the future, are lands. Let me put a L here. Out of these businesses, lands will have the better margins. Oh, by the way, if you invest in AI for the Magnificent 7, it will get more margins for the Max 7. For the chips, you will get more revenue. There is going up, more earnings. For chips component, more revenue. That's obvious. For the infrastructure, let me put a rationale for this one. You have the better risk reward. And for the land, you have the better hedge, in my opinion. For land, let me put some ticker symbols so you leave this video with some value. You have TPL, Texas Pacific Land, and you have Landbridge, LB. I've been a shareholder of TPL for 4 years and I sold it recently because of valuation, but I'm thinking of buying more now that it has dropped. And I'm a shareholder of Landbridge right now. So obviously I'm biased. But I think the companies that generate some lands, they will have what they call powered lands. So you have lands, and on these lands you build data centers. So you just welcome big companies to build data centers in your land. If you manage a land, you have 90% margins. You don't have the costs. You don't have to build the infrastructure yourself. You just welcome people to your land and they have to pay a royalty. This is the business model of TPL and Landbridge. And if you check TPL and Landbridge on the internet, some websites, you can check their high margins, high return on invested capital, very high profitability, very high growth. That's one of the best risk reward I see at the moment. TPL and Landbridge, I mean, we're talking about phenomenal business models. So I think you can make a killing in 2025 if you select the best investments out of this bunch. In this video, you've had some good companies. Please do your own due diligence. I can make a video about some of them if you want. Please comment below and leave a like, please, for the algorithm. You have a couple of names in this video. Out of these 5 categories, you have some companies. Do your own due diligence. If you pick the right ones, you can have an amazing performance for 2025. If you like this content, I have an investing coaching program. In this program, you will learn a complete investing process. You will learn how to find good stock ideas, how to properly value stocks, when to buy, when to sell, so that you can build a strong portfolio with great companies. Additionally, in this coaching program, you will have access to my personalized guidance for long-term results. We will do weekly calls where we analyze stocks together, and you will have access to my private number available 24/7 for full support. If you have any questions, I'm here to help. Click the first link in the description below to get more information. You will get a short video that explains how everything works completely for free. No need for your mail address. Just click the first link in the description and I'll see you on the other side.